In today's video, we're going to be playing hardcore Minecraft for 24 hours straight. That's right, I'm going to stay awake and torture myself for the content. Now, I've attempted this before, however, I died on hour 19. So this time, I want to complete it. But, will I? I guess you'll have to watch to find out. Like usual, every 12 hours I'll be showing my face, so you can laugh at how tired I look. Now, these videos are not fun to make, so you should feel bad for me. But if you wanna, make me feel better, then the subscribe button is always there. Just say it anyway. Let's get started, I guess. Look at this idiot. This is the idiot who forgot to record audio on all the updates of how he's looking. What an idiot. So I actually started out by adding a data pack, and that data pack is a more mob heads data pack. And on our fresh new world, we had a pretty good spawn right next to this ruined portal here, which had a lot of iron nuggets. Not enough to make a pickaxe though, but when trying to make a stone pickaxe, I discovered this iron, which is lovely. So of course I mined out all that iron and used it to make an iron pickaxe. And with that iron pickaxe, I stole this gold block from the ruined portal. I then made a sword and started killing some sheep to get a bed. I also made some iron boots before setting out on a little adventure. On our adventure, I found some coal and a village. The village had an orange bed, which I stole. And then I stole a load of other stuff as well, including this bell and this emerald. However, I noticed the village was on fire, so I decided not to help and instead go kill this chicken. I also killed a horse because I love the way they scream. Then on my adventures, found another village with some emeralds, which of course I stole. And then I found another ruined portal, and after that, a load of sugarcane. And listen to my reaction. Oof. Look at all this sugarcane. I kept venturing out, having to cook some meat along the way, as well as making some new iron leggings. And then found the biome I wanted. Yay. As you can see, I was happy, but then I was more happy to find this village. Yay! I stole the stone cutter from the village, then started searching for some location to live. I found this area, which looked quite nice, but it had a ravine next to it. Then I found this area, which looked really nice, and decided, yes, I will settle down here. So I started chopping down a tree. But it was a pain using a stone axe, so I decided, let's go get some more iron. So I started a mine. However, my mine had some water underneath it, so I started another mine, and this one didn't have water, but it did have a lot of zombies, so I had to kill all the zombies before they killed me, because I wouldn't want this challenge to end before you've even done 1 hour. I started a strip mine, but didn't find any diamonds, however, but this is the end of hour 1, and I was feeling good. Feeling good. With the iron I found, however, I crafted an iron chestplate to make some full iron armor, and then I crafted an iron axe so I could chop down all the trees in the area as they were getting in the way. Well, not all the trees, but most of the trees in the area. I then saved my coordinates and went off on a little adventure. That adventure to find some dark oak trees, which I found and chopped down. I then lit up my area a little bit and then started clearing out some space. And after clearing out that space, I decided to announce that I want to build a house. I want to build a house. So I got building a house, and normally I design my houses beforehand, but this one I built completely survival, no design beforehand. And you know what? It turned out alright, and it actually looks like a house, which is what I was aiming for. And this brought me to the start of the 3rd hour, but was I feeling good? Yeah, I'm feeling good. But did I like how my house was looking? I like how my house is looking. Well, I'm glad that's answered. Now we actually needed to add a roof onto the house, because if you didn't know, that's quite an important part of a house. And honestly, the layout was looking kind of good apart from the dirt floor, so I decided, you know what, let's change this dirt floor. I went out looking for some trees, and I chopped down those trees. And then I brought those trees back and changed them to the floor of my house. And now I've got this nice tree floor, which I decided to strip. I also added this little area here as another entrance. And then gathered some sand to make some windows, but also over the windows, I did a bit of decorating on the outside. I then decided to dig a hole in my house, as we're going to build a chest room just in this area here. So there it is, a chest room. However, it is incomplete. And that is because my iron supply was getting quite low, so I decided to make some pickaxes out of the remaining iron so I could go mining. But how was I feeling? Feeling good. So on the 4th hour, I finally decided to start my strip mine, and I was so relieved to find my first diamonds, as they took 30 minutes. As I say here, half an hour for these. They're so beautiful. I also gathered some other materials, then headed to the surface to make some other pickaxes. I then went back down and found more diamonds. However, it took 20 minutes. Oh, it's a lot as well. Oh, my pickaxe. 8. Oh, it's beautiful. With the diamonds, I decided to craft myself a chest plate, and with the iron, I decided to craft some tools, so I chopped down this tree here. But how was I feeling on hour 5? Okay, but frustrated about those diamonds. So I decided to give up on mining for now, instead focus on farming. So I built myself a nice farm here. I walled it off, had to get rid of all these coarse dirt blocks in my ceiling as you can't hoe them, and also decorated it because I'm insane. I then planted my first seeds. However, we didn't have many, so I had to head out into the world and just punch grass for a bit, but I also found this village, so stole their bell as well as all their seeds and crops. I then took them home and planted them in my much nicer looking farm and decided, let's go back to the mining thing. But however, we're going to make a cool looking strip mine, so I filled in this water that was annoying me and started working on a mine entrance. And you'd never guess how I was feeling. I'm feeling like mining. Shock horror, I know, but I decided to clear out this area here and make a very nice entrance to my strip mine. However, it's not completed, but it's looking a lot better than just your hole. And don't worry, I will will add a bridge over to this later. I also did the painful task of adding stairs all the way down for my future convenience. And at the bottom of my new staircase was my old strip mine. However, I'm going to go sideways this time from this one, as the old one, I kept running into an ocean, and that was annoying. But back at the top, I decided to add in a little room for some storage area, as we always get those excess blocks like cobblestone, and I also added in a fence, because that would be a very embarrassing way to die. I then made some more pickaxes. As I said, I feel like mining, and I did feel like mining, and I soon stumbled into this mine shaft, which had a chest with a name tag in it, but apart from that, it was pretty boring, apart from the poison spiders trying to kill me. I then went mining for a long time, like seriously, a long time, and guess what? No diamonds. I found this cave, no diamonds, and this brought us on to hour 7, and I think you can guess how I'm feeling. Feeling sad, no diamonds. But a few minutes later, my luck changed, and I let out a little squeal. Yay! However, I probably shouldn't have let out that squeal, as there was only 2 diamonds there, which was kind of pathetic, and in the rest of the cave, nothing. I did do this, though, and lose my water because it glitched out, and I hate that. I kept strip mining until I let out another little squeal. Yippee! This time, though, there was actually a decent amount of diamonds. I collected them all, then headed home, and on the way, collected this obsidian here, which took a very long time without an enchanted pickaxe. I then looked at all my spoils, quite a lot of iron, but not that much really, but enough diamonds to make an enchanting table and some diamond leggings. For the rest of hour 7, I decided to get working on a barn. Of course, I can't just build a field to put my cows in. Oh no, I have to be extra and build an actual barn. It's not that big of a barn, to be honest, because we're going to actually have the cows mainly in a field as well. This is just a nice little entrance, but I created this walled off entrance at the back, and then I decided to make myself a cup of tea, and here's me showing you the tea. And I was also happy about my walls, so I decided to light up the area, as well as the barn, of course, because we don't want any mobs spawning in. I then had to harvest up some wheat because I've ran out of food. This is the whole reason I'm making this barn, is to lure back some cows so I have more meat. I also accidentally brought back some sheep as well, but hey, I'm not going to complain. I managed to get them into their pen with a lot of ease. However, you'll notice there's no grass in here for the sheep, so I started digging over from this grass here, making a little dirt path so that it would eventually convert this into grass. This cow got in my way, however, so obviously he had to die. Hour something or other. Feeling better. It was 11 PM at this point, and this creeper was annoying me, so I killed it. Also, my cows weren't breeding quickly enough, so I went out and killed a load in the wild. And I needed something to do while I waited for my cows to breed, so I decided to finish off my chest room here, and it ended up looking rather nice. I used some of the leather from the cows to make some bucks, and then I got working on this bridge, as it was annoying me having to swim over to my mine all the time. Like usual, I ran out of wood halfway through, so I had to go chop down a tree, but luckily we got loads of these big spruce trees around, so we don't have to worry about wood. And for some reason, after building this bridge, I decided to do some farming, so I did, and I also sorted out my chest system finally, bringing us on to hour 9, where I'd forgotten it's hour 9. I don't know what hour it is, but I'm here, and I'm about to kill some cows. And I did kill some cows, but not too many cows. I also noticed my grass had started growing, which was lovely. And I also made my first bookshelves, which we're going to be using for our enchanting table around the back here. However, we don't have enough at the moment, so I just started decorating it while I waited for my cows. And I was very happy with my cute little area. However, I wasn't happy with my cows. They weren't breeding quick enough, so I went out to kill some animals. I killed some llamas, and these guys actually dropped our first mob head. Look how cute that is. I then went and killed some cows, and then, of course, we killed a load of horses. Listen to them scream. And they actually managed to drop us another mob head. Look, I'm a horse now. So I killed the horses while wearing their head. And notice these guys, however, they didn't attack me because I'm a horse, but then they did attack me because I'm a horse, and I ran away. And with my new leather, I had enough to make myself all the remaining bookshelves, as you can see here, and we can get level 30 enchantments. So I enchanted my pickaxe. It gave me fortune 2, which isn't the best, but it's not bad either. I then decorated my enchanting area with our newly found heads, and also used the remaining leather to label our chests. And then with our new fortune 2 pickaxe, we headed back to the mines. Back at it. As you can tell, I wasn't too happy about mining, but on our trip we managed to get a good amount of diamonds, especially thanks to our Fortune 2 pickaxe. And our luck remained, as we did spend quite a while in there, but we did come back with a lot more diamonds than last time. And when I returned, it was raining, but I didn't mind because I made myself some diamond boots, a sword, and a helmet, and the rest of the tools as well. Everything is diamond. Look how good I look. I look like I'm covered in diamonds, because I am. I then enchanted all my armor, the first one being the chest plate, and the rest just with like some level 2 enchantments. But you know what? It was enough. Enough to dye some sheep orange, so I could make an orange bed. Oh, and I also killed some salmon. Feeling like getting a cat. Which is why I'd gathered all that salmon before, and I managed to spot one at this nearby village, and I hunted it down for quite a while until finally the cat was mine. Look how cute it is. Oh, yes, eat my fish, cat. And me and my newfound cat, we ventured off back to our house, where I swiftly brought him into our home, sat him down here where he will stay, made myself an anvil, and of course called him Buddy. I was very happy with Buddy, so much so that I went down into my mine, but not to mine diamonds, oh no, to get some obsidian, as that's right, we're making a nether portal in this cave here. I made myself some gold booties, put them on, also equipped a shield, and then we lit that nether portal, which I'd made a fancy cave around, and we headed straight to the nether with a absolutely terrible spawn. I almost went out the other side of the portal where I'd have fallen to my death probably, so I decided to fix that quickly by adding some netherrack around it. I also mined some more netherrack, some quartz, and some blackstone and basalt as well, as I wanted to finish off the floor to my nether portal cave, and honestly, this works very nicely. And the main reason I went to the nether was to get some quartz to make an observer to make a wool farm, which we're going to be needing a lot of wool, so we can use some beds to get some netherite. So I lured in this sheep here, it wasn't too hard, and then the sheep farm was complete. However, I had to wait for more wool to grow, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to build a bridge over to my nether portal, so that's exactly what I did. I went and gathered some granite from down below, and then we got building this bridge. It's a diagonal bridge, so it's a bit awkward to build, but I think the design ended up looking okay. But what was my live reaction to building this bridge? Right, well, I decided to go back to the nether, and this time I was looking for netherite. My wool farm had been producing a lot of wool, and on our first bed explosion, we found a bit of ancient debris. How lovely is that? However, with the rest of the beds we used, we actually only managed to get one other piece, so that was kind of rubbish. So whilst waiting for more wool, I decided to make myself a lectern, as well as gather up all my crops as we went to trade with some farmers in this nearby village. After having a lot of difficulty with villagers, because let's be real, they are the worst, I managed to finally get one alone in this cave and started trading with him until I managed to get him to trade me a silk touch book. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough emeralds though, so I had to go gather some sugarcane to make some paper to trade with another librarian, but then we had enough to trade with this guy and get our silk touch book, and he will stay that way forever. I added it onto my shovel, as that's right, we're going to change this ugly podzol into grass. But how was I feeling by hour 11? Feeling kinda tired. It was 2 AM, so you can understand why. However, I decided to make my area look a bit nicer, so I spent a lot of this hour just adding this path in, adding in a tree, making it look nice. And as you can see, our wool farm was producing wool this entire time, so I went back to the nether to try and get that netherite, and I actually managed to find 4 bits of ancient debris. So I decided to craft this little area here to be able to have like a cool place to make my netherite armor, and that's exactly what I did. I made my first chest piece up here, which I was very happy with, and that brings us to hour 12, where I cheered up a little bit as I had made myself a cup of tea. However, it was too hot to drink. And at this point, we were halfway through, so you know what we decided to do? We decided to make a better wool farm, and I made this cute little building here to go around the wool farm because I wanted something to go around the wool farm. I then went back to the mine shaft I found earlier to gather some string to make some bows so that I could make some more dispensers for said wool farm. I then dug out this underground area here and made all the wool farms. I've said wool farm way too much now. The redstone, etc. was quite easy. What wasn't easy was getting the sheep out of here without the cows escaping and then plopping them in their holes. I used the last of my iron to make some more shears to put in the dispensers, then got the rest of the sheep and plopped them in the hole after a lot of struggle. And now we're getting 5 times the wool we were getting before. However, our iron supply was low, so I decided to make a pickaxe to go mining. But how was I feeling? Feeling like it's 4 AM. Nothing like a bit of strip mining to wake you up looking for iron. I managed to get quite a lot of iron, also some diamonds, but not a load of diamonds. Found this chest which had some iron, which was quite nice. And then my pickaxe broke, so I gave up. But we got all that we needed. I went and checked my wool farm then to find a decent amount of wool, enough to go back to the nether to try and get some more ancient debris. And oh boy, we got a lot luckier this time. We found a decent amount of ancient debris. I told myself I'd stay here for a while. However, we did get quite lucky over this time, and you can see here how much stuff we've exploded, and we had enough ancient debris to make 3 ingots, so we had full netherite gear now, bringing us to hour 14. Haha. What is time? Hopefully I can get some ender pearls. Yep, that's right. We went piglin trading to try and get some ender pearls. More. Give me more pearls, you silly pigman. He gave me 2 more, but this wasn't enough, so I killed him instead. And when I got back to the surface, I decided to go exploring, looking for this biome in particular, a desert. I found a desert temple where I was very careful because that's how I died last time. Got some rubbish from it, but what was fascinating about it was, look, here's the desert temple. There's a sea temple. That's crazy. But I wanted to be in a desert at nighttime because so many mobs spawn at nighttime, and I was looking for endermen to kill. I found one here. It was in the same boat as this creeper, but luckily it dropped a pearl. And then I found another one which didn't drop a pearl, and those were the only 2 endermen I saw the entire night. Luckily, I found some gold on the way back, so I decided to try my luck again after mining a load of gold in the nether with this piglin here, and we got lucky. Oh boy, he gave us a load of ender pearls, so much so that we have 12 now, which only means one thing. 6 AM is blaze killing time. Oh yeah. So I set off in a different direction from my nether portal and spotted a nether fortress in the distance. It was a bit tricky to get to it, but we got there eventually, and also there was a ruined portal next to it, which I forgot to take the golden apple from, but it's 6 AM at this point, please forgive me. In the fortress itself, I struggled to find the blaze spawner, but eventually we managed to find this really, really good one underground and killed all our blazes to get our blaze rods. I then headed home after getting lost many, many times, and when I got home, I started preparing to kill the ender dragon. I crafted a bow, enchanted it with level 30, and got flames, so decided to disenchant it and enchant it again and got power 3 this time, which is a lot better. I crafted some extra arrows and then we went in search of the end portal. On my search to find the portal, I killed some horses for good luck. However, the luck wasn't good as my Eye of Ender exploded here, which is a shame, but eventually I found the location of the portal without any of her eyes exploding, but there was a lot of mobs in here. I managed to find this chest here, which actually had an ender pearl in it, which was very lucky, as well as some diamonds. However, I spent the rest of the time just searching the entire fortress until I eventually found the portal, and guess what? We're an eye short and I don't have any blaze powder and I forgot I was wearing a horse head. So I had to head all the way home after digging up again to make another Eye of Ender, then made sure to set my spawn point to the bed, made a load more arrows after doing some gravel digging, and we finally set off on our adventure back to the end portal. Time to kill the ender dragon on barely any sleep, I guess. It's 7 AM. I've been awake for nearly 20 hours or so, and we're about to kill the ender dragon. Now, my last few ender dragon fights on my survival world have ended up in about 7 or 8 deaths, so I was quite nervous about this one, but for some reason, at 7 AM, I become Robin Hood. I don't know what was going on. I was just hitting every tower with ease. It wasn't taking long at all. You can see here, look, tower down. Another one. Let me just hit that one quickly for you. Oh yeah, I will. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And after having a little bit of trouble with the last 2 towers, we got hitting that ender dragon the first time I've ever used a bow, apparently. And look, we just kept hitting this thing. It couldn't avoid us until finally I killed it. This was the easiest ender dragon fight of my life. Yes, 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 yes. Gimme, 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 gimme. XP. I also yoinked the ender dragon egg while I was there, and then we ran through the portal to figure out that I'd accidentally slept at some point, and my respawn point was gone, so I had to walk all the way home, which took quite a while. And when I got home, I used some of that new XP to enchant all our armor with some better enchantments. Also, I enchanted our tools as well, and we had some pretty nice diamond tools by the end of this. I then placed my ender dragon egg on there, and I wanted some netherite tools, so I went back to the nether, found a bit of ancient debris right next to our crafting table we've been using here, as I was trying to put this chest down, but got a bit of ancient debris, which was nice. And then I managed to gather enough ancient debris to make ourselves a netherite pickaxe, ending the hour. It's 8 AM. What am I doing with my life? Why am I playing Minecraft still? I decided I want to build something. However, I was sick of building things out of spruce wood, so I went to gather some more wood. I also killed this wandering trader who dropped his head, which I soon wore as it looked hilarious. I put this down on my anvil here, and then this gave me an idea. So I went to a nearby village and killed some villagers to get their heads as well. And then I wore those on my head as well and looked funny. Oh, and I also killed a horse. But then I decided to put up some signs around my base saying, "Trespassers beware, warning ogre and Terry will kill you." I think the tiredness was getting to me as I named my shovel Hannah Montana for some reason. And then I started building a windmill. And this thing took me basically a full hour to complete. I completely forgot to do a little bit of a clip saying it was 9 AM, but it was 9 AM at this point and the 18th hour. And to be honest, I'm not too pleased with this windmill. It looks okay, seeing as I was on barely any sleep, but it's not the best looking windmill. I had to build the sail like twice because I kept messing it up multiple times, but we got there eventually. It's 10 AM. I've not slept. It's 10 AM. At some point, I added some crops around this windmill as well. I kept forgetting to record things because it was really early in the morning. I dug out this entire mine shaft here, and then I built up some cobblestone again. I don't really know why I did this. I think I was starting to lose it a little bit, as you can tell by this song. 11 AM, 11 AM. What am I doing? It's 11 AM. So at 11 AM playing Minecraft, what do? Well, obviously you try and get some wither skulls. I killed some wither skeletons, however this fortress was terrible and I hated it. I hate this. And if you didn't know, your patience wears quite thin when you're on a lack of sleep, so I decided to go exploring instead and found a jungle, and also found some parrots. Got this blue one here, who I quickly tamed, also this grey one who I tamed. The red one took a while to tame, but I got him eventually. He was going to be mine, and then we started heading home. And when I got home, my blue parrot had disappeared, and I was quite upset about that, but you know what? It's okay. Let's go to the end instead. instead, so I went to the end. I was all over the place at this point. Also, you have no idea how hard it is to concentrate on building a cross when you have not slept for 24 hours. But I managed to stumble across an end city and kill some shulkers, etc. Didn't really get enough shulkers to make a shulker box. Probably should have, but I forgot about shulker boxes this time. Did a sick MLG water trick there, just kidding, couldn't do one. And then built across to the boat, of course, where I actually did manage to pull off a pretty nice MLG water bucket trick. Look at that. Imagine doing that on less than 24 hours sleep. You couldn't. Got some decent loot from the chests in here, including a silk touch pickaxe, which is very useful, and then flew off in our elytra. I did stumble across a couple of other end cities on the way, but really couldn't be bothered. Instead, headed home where my blue parrot appeared out of nowhere. I was happy. I'm going insane, but at least I have my parrots now. Yeah, yay. Wow, listen to that enthusiasm. I decided to keep that up as I found a buried treasure map and decided to become a pirate. Yarr. I'm a pirate. Unfortunately, the buried treasure was on this island here, which was surrounded by drowned, but we managed to eventually find it, got the loot out of it, and then headed home. And on the way home, I found these two turtles here, which got stuck in my boat, and I accidentally punched one, which was a shame. But I bred them together, and one of the turtles seemed to be on the same amount of sleep as me, as she just wandered back and forth here for a while. But eventually, she managed to come on land, and she laid us a single egg. Is this a joke? I don't want one egg, I want multiple eggs. So I decided to kill her and steal her head, and then I wore the head on my head, because that's what I've been doing. I then found another two turtles and bred these guys together, and these ones delivered. They know exactly what I wanted. 3 eggs. Beautiful. Yoink, my eggs. Now, I took them home and I put them in this fenced off area here with a torch and hoped that they would grow. I decorated that enchanting area with our severed heads, and then we went back to the nether as I wanted everything to be made out of netherite. And after a while, mining some ancient debris, we reached hour 22. 3 hours to go. How have I not got enough ancient debris yet? I've fallen into lava so many times. But after saying that, I found our final bit of ancient debris, took it home, and converted all our tools into netherite versions. And then I said this: there's only one thing I have to do. And I can't remember why I said this, because after this, I killed a llama, and then the next clip is me finding this panda here and taking it home. So I'm not sure if this is the one thing I had left to do, because then I went out and dressed as a horse and killed some horses. Like, I probably should have left a note for myself here explaining what I was doing rather than just dressing up and killing loads and loads of horses. Like, I seriously spent the next 30 or so minutes just killing horses and donkeys. So yeah, there's that. But apart from the mass slaughtering, I also tamed some wolves, which are very, very cute. And I also found a spruce village, which had a large fern in it, which you can only get from these villagers. Then I did more horse killing, including babies. And then I took all my pets home and displayed our large fern. 22 hours. I've got my pets. On the start of the 23rd hour, I created this weird horse ritual. Not sure why I did that. I then collected a load of crops up as I traded them with some villagers to get some more emeralds, as I wanted a specific book. That book being a looting 2 book. Actually, it was a looting 3, but I combined 2 looting 2s to make a looting 3 and added them to our sword. My least favourite part of Minecraft. Let's go kill some withers. I hate withers. This is my I Hate Withers song. Let's see if we can find another fortress, because that one is terrible. Not sure why I decided to start recording so many voice clips at this time, because I sounded like an idiot. Found this bastion though, but decided to run away after they started chasing me down. And then I found another nether fortress where wither skeletons started dive bombing me. I almost died multiple times, as you can see I'm on 2 hearts there. Get down to 3.5 there as well. Just honestly some terrible Minecraft play. But look, have you ever seen so many wither skeletons in one place? Like, I nearly died again here to eat another golden apple. But listen to all the blazes. There was just so many mobs on this one nether fortress. I've never seen so many in my life. Final hour. Can we get 3 wither skeleton skulls? Come on, you beauty. This is what you're gonna drop me one right now. This final hour. You suck. I'm so tired. I want to sleep. Let me sleep. Now I spent the majority of hour 24 killing wither skeletons and blazes, because there were so many blazes. But here you can see me pick up my first wither skull. I killed quite a lot of wither skeletons in this time, believe it or not. There's the second one, and finally this fella here drops the 3rd one. Relief. I then crafted some golden apples and went to fight the wither, which honestly was quite easy. I always use this method. Sometimes it goes wrong, but this time it went perfectly right. And of course, I gloated when I killed him. Easy, easy, easy. He dropped this wither head, so I placed that on my wall, then crafted our beacon, of course, and placed that on here. And at this point, the hour ended. It's 4 PM. the next day. And here I am. After this, I managed to stay up for another 3 hours before finally sleeping for 17 hours. And here is what we managed to accomplish in this time. That panda, it's still in a boat. I don't know why I brought it over, but it's still in that boat. We got the windmill. We've got our sheep farm. We've got everything in this area. It's all looking quite nice. But I know what you want to know. Let's have a look at those statistics. So I actually got pretty lucky with the wither skeletons, only having to kill 82. I killed 38 horses and 53 chickens, despite not having a chicken farm, by the way. I got a total of 52 diamonds, broke a lot of blocks, one of the top ones being Podzol, and spent around 22 hours actually in-game. Remember, I had to eat and do some other stuff. But I survived a total of 103 days, which is not bad, seeing as I wasn't sleeping every day. But there it is, 24 hours on a hardcore world, complete.